Okay, so I do believe we're live now. I'm just going to verify on YouTube because also my whole setup is a contraption. You don't like people, you can't see what's up here, but it's like my phone is propped against a little holder against a box against an orange juice.
Don't sneeze.
Yeah, I can't.
All the cards will come down.
um, I was actually preparing the cards and the Emperor flew out. So there you go.
See what I need for this. Oh, I've got the Three of Cups reversed.
Oh, awesome. Okay, let me just see what I'm because I actually don't know what I'm doing because I haven't done a stream and restream in such a long time. Okay, we got some people in the house. Hi, Biz. How's everyone doing? Let me know in the chat. Today it's not just me. Today we got a very special guest.
Hi,
We
everyone.
got a very we got a very special guest. This is Sara Mccarthy. This is a very dear friend of mine and also my tarot reader. So if you want to talk to someone better than me, here you go.
Hi, Victoria. You want a message?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
Sherry.
Sherry, you made it. Yeah, Victoria, you would love a message. You got to catch this video. Sherry, if you're, if you're busy doing other stuff, don't get caught though, like you can rewatch it later, but it's always good to see your gorgeous face, my baby. Hi, Manuel. So Manuel is a friend of the channel. He's basically sponsoring this channel right now. Thank you, Manuel. He's such a sweetheart. Irene, classic. Okay, Irene is also a beautiful mystical queen. Thanks for liking the biz. So I'm just gonna let people settle into the chat a little bit. We're gonna talk, a little bit about what we're gonna be doing today. It is the Ides of March. Beware. It is the Ides of March. It's one of those days. Do you want to, while people kind of get in the chat and get themselves cozy, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and, what you do and your mystical journey and stuff like that?
Sure, yeah. Good to see you all. Thanks for coming today. We've got the Ides of March. I'm very passionate about water, particularly, and how we understand, particularly the water signs, because I think there's so much that we hear that's just not very helpful about the power of people that are born with water. So the Pisces, the Scorpios, the Cancers. I think there's a whole weaponry that we've got available that we could make use of, and our sensitivity and our ability to see things. So I'm a tarot reader. I'm a musician. I like to help people make choices really and see everything that's going on that they can, and to get to know themselves better, because I think a lot of us don't make use of all that we've got available, and we get kind of used to kind of using some of our starry muscles and not other muscles. So seeing the whole picture and how we can make sense of that. So I'm a double Pisces, so my birthday is actually tomorrow, so it's great to do this today with Abby, and we love hanging out and talking about stuff. I've had quite a varied relationship with getting into spirituality. As a double Pisces, I was always very sensitive, but it was hard to get into that because making sense of the real world and politics, so I wasn't really into my Pisces stuff for quite a long time. But because I'm a Pisces, you can't really get away from it, and you just wonder whose emotions are who around you and picking things up. And I suppose in later years, after working around different industries, I really got into working with tarot and enjoyed tarot very, very much. And the more I work with it, the more I love it and the more I learn about it. And I know how much it can help people, and that's what I'm about.
Yeah, awesome. Pisces, double spices, as I call them.
You got
It's
full glass of
spicy.
water here, haven't you, everybody,
Yeah.
today with us too?
I know there's some Spices placements in the house. We don't really have that many Spices bippers, but we got some Spices placement. And also, a lot of this is a water channel. I see already some scorpionic energy coming through. Yeah, fabulous one. Hi, girl. See you later, Bill. And a hi, divinely guided. Hello, my Bill. So yeah, so it's a water channel over here, and I think a lot of my mission has always been about, like, obviously it's love, But it's about like rediscovering how to love as a community, as a planet, as humanity, and that's something that we forgot how to do. And I think that's, you know, one of the issues how people see water signs is that we do love so deeply, and that's completely lost value in the world.
Yeah, the world doesn't really know what to do with that. You know, it's about how you look. It's about what you can, you know, how much fire you've got, but the kind of water and earth, you know, they're things associated, and looking at things a very different way, for different values, different qualities. And we're in a time now where, you know, with Saturn going into Pisces, so in tarot, that's the world going into the King of Cups, that the world can be about sensitivity over the next 2 years. So all of us watery types, you know, we've got time on our side. And I think going forward in work and things like that, we've got a time where creativity and sensitivity and empathy and passion and kindness are going to be much more valued in an environment where we've got more automation, more robots, more artificial intelligence. Our ability to be human is going to become increasingly valuable as we move forward. So all of us, and those of us who are interested in sensitivity, feeling, deep love, not just for the people, but also for what we do and how we live our lives, and the environment that we're in as well. You know, there'll always be something that you can really love, and you know, always encourage people to find what that is for them, because it sometimes can take a while.
Yeah, yeah, it's very true. It's very, very blue angel sentiment. So, so do you want to tell us, because it's Pisces season, it is, we're going to talk about Julius Caesar in a second, but I want to talk about the whole Pisces thing and Pisces trope, because you're a Pisces, double Pisces season, the downfall of Julius Caesar as well, who wasn't very sensitive. Um, what is it about Pisces that people believe to be like the Pisces trope, and why is that not true?
I'm sorry, Charmaine, sorry to hear about your sister. It's very sad. I think
Oh, I'm so sorry, Charmaine.
with the Pisces side, I think a lot gets put onto Scorpio, that
Yeah.
I don't think the kindness of Scorpios is recognized. There's always so much attention given to the venom and the revenge, and they'll get you and all of that. But I think Pisces, you know, can make excellent spies, can be excellent in kind of really getting beyond appearances, getting into places that we shouldn't really be, but we get in anyway, because we can shift who we are or how we're seen. You know, in a shimmer, we've got all 12 houses available that we can just call on at any moment. But I think when you hear stuff about Pisces, or hear things about Neptune, which rules Pisces, you know, we've got to be addicted to things, we've got to be drunk, we've got to be sobbing. So we've got to be all of those things. So it's completely rendered without capacity. You know, we're just the victim of emotion, the victim of wanting to change and transform and have spiritual experiences. And to be quite honest, I've just had enough. I'll be 51 tomorrow. I'm just tired of this crap about water, and I'm not going to have it anymore. So I'd like to train people to really understand the teeth that Pisces have. Pisces, you know, Pisces has all the stuff that Scorpios are associated with, and it's got it in an even larger capacity even than Scorpios. And Scorpio goes so deep, and Pisces kind of goes a little bit in a slightly different way, and kind of can see what happens, you know, after you kind of do the boundaries and do what you need to do, all that stuff that Scorpio is so good with, all the boundaries and, you know, not taking anything. So I think, I mean, it's a lovely partnership, Scorpio and Pisces, and I think we've got a lot to learn from each other, and also from Cancer as a water sign. That's another one. You know, we're meant to be mums in kitchens, you know, in the 1950s kind of drudgery, you know, whereas Cancer takes place, you know, you've got the summer solstice at the time of Cancer, which is just like Halloween is so close, where the veils are very thin. The summer solstice, you know, you've got the sun at the highest point in the sky. It's like a great big spotlight. So I'm also really passionate about Cancers being given the full ammunition with which they need to be seen in a full capacity. And this is in the broader context, really, of things for women and the feminine and all of that just being completely distorted in how our world has understood it. And I know there's a lot of people in the world who are addressing this. But you know, we need a lot more to be done, and the kind of old detritus is still hanging around, which is why today the Ides of March, you know, it's about settling debts, changing things and calling things to account. So love to hear what debts you might like to settle or think about around that. People listening, and you, Blue Angel, as well, you know, because settling debts is good.
Oh, that's such a Scorpio thing, though, isn't it? You know, when you're a Scorpio, though, I feel like the debts settle themselves. That's the thing that people don't see. Like, people think that Scorpio seeks revenge. We don't. The revenge just seeks you once you like. Seriously, I never seek revenge. It just finds the people somehow.
Effortless.
Yeah, Scorpio is karma. It's a psychic kind of revenge, unless it's like low vibrational energy. But then anyone can be in that energy. But yeah, before we continue our beautiful conversation, a quick reminder, we are taking, I've received a couple of questions already for PayPal. If you want me or Sara today to answer your question, we are taking PayPal questions. As always, it is PayPal only. PayPal link is in the description box below my Bitbit. As always, it is $13 per question, unless you want to connect with the dead or perhaps even the spirit of Caesar. Can you promise he's going to come up? But he did jump out of the deck before. If you have a necromantic question, it's $33 per question. Don't forget to include your name and the question in PayPal if possible. If not, you got to stick till the end of the live stream, or it's going to go down the magic well. No, I'll just refund you, but it will be a shame. So remember to put your name in there in the PayPal. Yeah, what else? And if you have, if you specifically want Sara to answer the question, make sure you mention that as well, because this is your chance. This is your chance to sample another reader, and it's your chance to sample the reader who reads for me. So this is a reader's reader. It says, you know, the highest of the high, good Bill. Thank you also for joining us today. I really appreciate it, because I have learned so much from you, and you have been such an inspiration to me throughout my journey, my entire journey with everything. So.
Oh, that's so kind. And I learned so much from you as well, Blue Angel, you know, with all that you do and all that you're doing. And I really admire that you're following your visions and going to places, you know, and having the guts to follow exactly what you're seeing. It's fantastic. And all that you do with people here as well. Great.
Thank you. Well, Bibis, let me know in the chat how everyone's feeling. It's PayPal questions. If you want to tip the spirits, if you want to tip the spirit of Julius Caesar, today you can do that through Super Chat. Always appreciated. Don't forget to like and subscribe, or Julius Caesar will come to you tonight and, you know, make fun of you or something. So yeah, absolutely. The whole like water thing, I really do find that so hurtful, that in this day and age, we live in this hard patriarchy that is all about rejecting feelings and rejecting work from the heart. Everything is from, you know, from the outside, and not even from logic, but the coolest kind of hardest type of logic. The more unfeeling and psychopathic a person is these days, the more that is praised, the more that is considered grind or hustle, or, you know, like getting ahead of the game and stuff like that. It is quite terrifying.
And also just the popularity of things on serial killers, you know, as dramas, you know, that ability to not feel and be detached. I mean, they're great dramas, Dexter and all that, you know, and those kind of things. I love watching them. But you know, it is about how detached you can be. And, you know, it's great for entertainment, but as a culture that does that, I just think it's dull. There's something lifeless about it. I mean, that's the point, that you don't feel, you know, it's lifeless. So in this kind of culture of automation, and automation can be great, but automation can be great to help us be more human and help us not do the boring stuff. You know, the point of automation isn't so that we get to be more boring and less human. The point of automation is so we can really be human and really be creative and loving and sensitive, and have time and freedom to do what we really care about and what we're here to do, you know. Just Victoria, earlier you asked for a message. So earlier we've got the 9 of Wands there, and we've got the Hermit. So the things that are on your mind that keep you up at night, you can get the solutions to them by having a bit of time perhaps away from what your usual routine is, or even getting away somewhere, you know, even for a little while, just to access that you've got all the answers there, so don't forget that. Let's just come through.
Oh, thank you. All right, there you go, Victoria. I hope that's resonating for you, and that's helpful. That's very kind of Sara to give you that message. Thank you. We're gonna do. So I just want to talk very briefly about Julius Caesar, because this is a sad day for him. He did die on this day a long time. I can't remember what year it was, but that BCE. Julius Caesar. It's kind of, I love this story because it's like Julius Caesar was told by an oracle, was warned, because he became a bit of too much of a dictator. And the oracle said, Julius Caesar, beware the Ides of March. And he was like, I don't believe in astrology. Are you crazy? He didn't really say that, but he kind of said like, yeah, whatever. Okay, boomer. And then he went to the public place anyway to meet with the senators. And when he got to the theater that he was, the Roman theater that he was in the public space, he actually saw according to legend anyway, the myth is that he saw the oracle, the prophet who told him this. And he said, oh, look at me, I'm fine. It's the Ides of March. Like, I'm still alive. And the oracle said, the day hasn't finished yet, Bill. And then, and then he got done, even his friend Brutus stabbed him 23 times, all the senators together. It was a plot to overthrow the government. And that was the end of Julius Caesar. So I'm just saying, listen to your tarot reader, okay? When the tarot reader says it's a douche flute, it really is a douche flute. I'm just kidding. No oracle is infallible, but you might want to, heed the signs, if you see what I'm saying. And it's also, I think it's such a great, like, the whole Julius Caesar thing from an oracle or, tarot perspective is about, ancient Rome was that empire that we still have. We still live in ancient Rome. Like, we still live through this idea of empire and invasion and colonization. So in a way, Julius Caesar stands for this, patriarchal figurehead. And he should have heeded that, feminine heart, the feminine heart informed message, and he didn't. And that was his demise. So there you go.
And also in England, the roads that used to be goddess roads, Celtic roads, all the Roman culture put standards on the roads, these key roads that were very sacred roads, very energetic lines actually throughout the landscape in England. So they put their standards on it. It's a bit like acupuncture. So who pins the road is who owns the road. So the feel of the land in England is very different to places like Ireland, where I've also lived, which never had Romans there. And the ability to feel wild, to feel free is very different in the essential way, in the way you feel it in nature. It's much more accessible. Whereas in England, particularly, it's kind of, had to hide itself, or it's not as available. So I put that down to what Romans did when they were in England, and they get accredited with building these roads. A lot of these roads are already there. There were Celtic roads, there were goddess roads, Boudica knew them, all of that, so there's it's interesting what they get credited for in different places.
Well, of course, because it couldn't have been, it had to be that, the empire must have built the roads of civilization, right? Couldn't have possibly been the peasants worshiping the goddess. That would have been impossible. Yeah, it's interesting. I was just telling my bibis the other day that, like, I have a very difficult relationship with England, because, like, and no hate to anyone here who's from England at all, but like, you guys hate me, and I'm okay with it now, but it used to be a very uncomfortable, like, life there. Like, the energy there is extremely difficult for me, England specifically.
Yeah.
Scotland, no, like, it was just like a natural, like, it was just like a dislike that went, like, I don't know, beyond whatever. So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, the Romans, you gotta love them. I kind of like Julius, the whole, the whole story with Julius Caesar is so interesting. And it goes back to, it kind of in a roundabout way, it goes back to love and Pisces and Scorpio, and why, because Pisces and Scorpio is supposed to be like the ideal, like, love couple as well. And Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton, who played Cleopatra, Antony and Cleopatra, not Caesar, but Caesar's friend, were a Pisces Scorpio couple. And I always talk about them because I love them because they were crazy and like they like divorced like 2 times, whatever. Like they would get like on and off and everything.
Married 3 times, didn't they?
And then they did this big movie that's like a reference to Julius Caesar and Cleopatra and all this. And it all kind of comes back full circle.
Great story, yeah.
Carla, hi, my baby. Sherry, thank you. Sherry's saying the things I predicted 10 months happened. Oh, you're, oh. You're glad you don't have the template. Oh my God. Okay, listen. I told them yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I didn't stream yesterday, that like, because everyone here is aware of my journey with eating Pringles and like my whole love life. So I was like telling them that it was like, it's time to manifest my spiritual husband. I need to get serious on my soulmate journey, but I still want to eat a few Pringles on the way, but I feel like the spirits are judging me.
A bit peckish, aren't you, at the moment? Before you get your proper appetite up.
Yeah, and Sherry's saying she's hoping the spirits aren't judging her, particularly the Templars. But it's not like they're judging us, but they're judging me because I should know better. But like whatever, it is what it is. They accept it. They have to accept it.
But I think they want us to not waste our time and
yeah.
not go through unnecessary pain. And they kind of get a good view on it, don't they? And like the Templars, you know, they've got work to do, and they're focused, dedicated, serious, helpful, you know. But they're very on a, you know, they're very focused, very on a mission, and got stuff to do, and they want to help us do our stuff. So if they see us sometimes, you know, doing a few U-turns and weaving in and out, I think it's more our time than our morality that we're being judged on.
Yeah, for sure. But it's also something to consider, Baboos. You know, when someone is expunged from your life, that ghoster, that, you know, psychopath, whatever, like sometimes it's the spirits themselves kind of getting rid of, if you have a lot of protection or guides around you. Sometimes think of it like that. You know, someone drops the ball on you, sometimes it's the spirits kicking them out because there's something about that person that would have been much worse for you in the long term. You really should see it like that. You know, it's not so much judging. I probably used the wrong, I mean, okay, whatever, for me it is, but they're not judging you, but they will be helping you all the time, particularly if you know, work with specific spirits, or just if there's no one in particular. If you just ask for help, the spirits will show you. The jinn will show you. I don't know if the jinn want to be spoken of today, but probably yes.
Just picked a card. This is the Templar Tarot, Knights Templar Tarot, which I've been using a lot lately. It's lovely. But who have we got come out? The King of Cups. So Pisces. Pisces himself on the Ides of March. So all about the love, all about the sensitivity, all about being a spy, getting in places, you know, where people don't think you can get.
Yeah. Yeah. As I was saying, Babiz, like when we do the Necromanteon Oracle, the reason why you ask the spirits of the dead for advice is because they see things we don't. They, like this King of Cups, they get into places we don't. That's the psychic aspect of Pisces. Also, the multiliminal aspect of Pisces that goes beyond. Like you were saying, Sara, Scorpio goes deep within, so deep. That's why it goes into the underworld. But Pisces goes deep within and deep without. And that's like, that's why it's so liminal and transliminal.
Yeah, so somebody once was saying about Scorpio being like a lake, which of course can be as huge as Lake Titicaca, you know, the biggest lake in the world, whereas Pisces is more like the ocean. So so that there's a different kind of qualities of how the water can be in those environments, but they can both be very wild or very calm. But I think also this ability of water to see and remember. So if you're by rivers, if you're drinking a lot of water, if you're doing any development work and you're working with water in any way, it does also work with memories getting released, because water carries memories. And there's been a lot of work done on the properties of water, the effect of what you say on water, how it responds from its molecular structure, but also you can get information through water. You know, there's this ability to ancestral ability that we've got to connect with, and particularly through water. So I think if we happen to carry a lot of that astrologically as well, we're very immediately linked into that. So I mean, just look at with Scorpio and the times of year associated with Scorpio, you know, where the veil is thin, Halloween, you know, key Scorpio time, that ability just to see beyond and see through, you see through people. You know, live by the beach, Manuel, fantastic, look at you, that's lovely. The ability to see through people, to see through time, to see through identities and see who people really are. That's something that and remember who we've been throughout time as well, so we might get access very easily and availably to different timelines or different levels that things are happening, even people around you that you might be difficult, particularly on the Ides of March, you know, they're having quarrels with, or they're doing their thing, you know. We've got that ability to kind of instinctually know, is it from now, or has this got a bit more weight to it, a bit more time behind it?
Yeah, for sure. Water is scary, you know. We're scary. Barefoot in the sand, Manuel, of course, but always, always. But that's why, you know, but I think that's why people fear emotions too, you know, in this world, because water is, of all the sources that, you know, of all the environments, we know more about the moon than we know about the depths of the oceans. We don't know what's down. We don't actually know what's down there. We don't. And we're afraid of the depths, and we're afraid of that, you know, mother darkness, the you know, the old mother goddess who is darkness. From her darkness we come, and into her darkness we go. This is but you know, the dark feminine in that sense is that's why it's so terrifying to this society. Just the feminine is terrifying in this society.
And also it's about going into chaos where things aren't ordered and organized and classified and dealt with logically. There's storms, there's vortices, there's things swirled up and wild and uncontrollable and untamed.
Yeah.
Got air as well, KJ. Geminis,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Gemini stay in this channel. I'm secretly a Gemini. I don't know why. But yeah, Gemini too. This is the thing about like that, like Gemini has these like different aspects of seeing things. People think Gemini has aspects of itself, but Gemini actually has aspects of seeing things, and it's also another liminal sign. So it's actually, that's why Scorpios and I think water signs always vibe with Geminis more than people realize.
Definitely. I've got a lot
Yeah,
of Gemini friends. Love hanging out with
yeah.
Geminis.
Yeah, Geminis have depth. People don't understand. This is the thing. I always say this. People fear they like with Scorpio, right? Every time it happens every time, and it's like it kind of like it's traumatizing in childhood when you tell someone your sign. They're like, "Oh my god, oh my god, get away from me, Satan!" Like I'm still a Scorpio. That's the reaction people have. And Gemini gets a bad rap too because people don't understand Scorpio or Gemini. They think they see something, but they have a very surface view of what we're about. Just because someone is multi-layered and has more than one aspect doesn't mean that they're two-faced or that they're complicated or vengeful or secretive in a bad, as though that's a bad thing. It just means that the person looking at you is a small person with a small mind, and they can't grasp they can be more than one thing at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, KJ, exactly. So I always stay in my Geminis because I know you have it hard. And yeah, with Pisces too, I was always really surprised when we talked about Pisces, the Pisces archetype, because the way that I was taught about Pisces was always that Pisces was the seer, the prophet, and the teacher of the zodiac, and the final sign. So the most powerful is Pisces because it is the final sign. It's the completion of the karmic cycle of all cycles of life and death. But it seems like that's not how people always see it.
No, and I mean it's 12th house as well, so you know it really is like the gates of death. You know, it's all of that,
Yeah.
as well as the 8th house being so associated with death. But the 12th house, there is all, if people have a lot of things in their 12th house, there's so much that they may even not have access to easily. You know, you're in this, again, the dark waters, you're in the collective unconscious, you know, you have access to dark matter. I was having a fascinating conversation with somebody I read for yesterday in London, who's a scientist, and he's saying what he's doing could change how humanity has access to energy resources, and he's doing it by working with something that is completely unknown about in science at the moment. And he says it's like science has just only looked at one side. So this emphasis that we have to not look at water and earth, you know, or those kind of qualities, even affects science and the whole other side of space, you know, where, and actually what was interesting in the reading, his work and what he was probing and looking at was the high priestess, you know, so the divine feminine itself, you know, and I thought it was so fascinating how that relates to science and also the implications. You know, he's potentially finding a solution that would give all humans unlimited access to resources. And if you think all over the world what's going on with energy prices and the monopolies and how pressured people are being into distorted ways of living, so it would free up what humans are capable of if his work develops more. But it's so fascinating how it connected in with tarot and the dark feminine.
Yeah, the whole, like, you know, scientific, like, you know, the paradigm divide is like such a false, it's just small-minded, the kind of scientism that we experience these days. This is the legacy of the 19th century of, you know, of extremely misogynistic and racially motivated tropes, and, you know, hard materialism, which is great for some things, but it can't really delve into the higher mysteries like this guy was saying. Definitely not into the cosmos or even like basic astronomy too. So yeah, it's all very interesting. Boo-boos, we're going to chat for a little while longer, then we're going to get into the questions. And just a quick reminder, if you would like to ask us a question today, it is PayPal questions. As always, PayPal link in the description box below. If you want to ask a tarot question, it's $13 per question. It's $33 if you want to ask a question from the other side. If you want Sara specifically to answer the question, include that in your question in the PayPal. Also, state your name, baby, and your question, if possible, in the PayPal itself. If not, stay till the end of the stream so we can call your name, Bell. We have a few questions already. We're going to wait for a few more. We've got a few more slots, but we're going to have to end the stream in about an hour, so we can't. So there's a limited capacity with this. So if you want to get some guidance today, the PayPal link is in the description box below. If you want to tip us, or if you want to tip Julius Caesar's ghost, so he doesn't come and haunt you tonight. Oh my God, I'm saying this. He's going to really come and haunt me tonight, isn't he? This is going to happen.
You might get Kenneth Williams instead.
Yeah, like Kenneth Williams. Oh my gosh, he did come and haunt me, but in a good way. I think he's around here. He definitely came to Gibraltar. This is like British, you know.
He travelled from London with you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. So, but some people, I think some of you know Kenneth Williams. He was this like carry-on actor from the 1960s in the UK, and I don't know, he's just kind of attached himself, which I'm not mad. He's scrumptious. He's my little boo. So yeah, he was doing things. So he came into some of the videos in Gibraltar. I remember he was like featured guest star.
And the Carry On films he was in, they also did Carry On Up the Romans. It was all innuendo and fun and silly.
There's always a nurse with big jugs and stuff, you know. I love him. So yeah, so it's PayPal questions today, my babies. And yeah, I'm just so glad you could make it today. And it is your birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday. It's gonna be your birthday soon here in Cyprus, so happy birthday already.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be here. Good to see everybody with you as well.
Yeah. Also, follow Sara on Instagram. Her Instagram is in the description box below. Don't forget to follow her. She also offers private readings. So if you're interested in getting a reading with her, I think right now they can DM you on Instagram, correct?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, get a reading, see where I get my answers, you know. This is the source. Also, you know, if you want to look into things like your career or mysticism, esoteric development, this is a great choice to get a tarot reading. So this is Blue Angel approved. There's no better reader out there, Bill.
Wow.
This is the cream of the crop. And you're also very connected to, you know, Pixie Spirit and the Golden Dawn. So this is the whole tradition where this version of the tarot comes from, right?
Yeah, I'm very connected with her. I use the Rider-Waite-Smith all the time in most of my readings. Oh, thank you so much for your lovely wishes. And where I read, which is in Bloomsbury in central London, which is where a lot of the Golden Dawn used to hang out, and a lot of the literary people in the 1900s, the Bloomsbury set, all of that, they're all around there. Virginia Woolf. In where I read from, there's the fireplace, and whose fireplace is it? It's Pixie. So it's Pamela Colman Smith's fireplace is where I read, and every time I read, I go down and touch it because it feels very nice. I'll put a picture on Instagram of it so you can see it. But it's a fireplace in the last place that she lived, which was in Cornwall, which is in the southwest in England. And she painted these tarot cards for not very much money, and she you know, died without money, you know, and these are the biggest selling tarot packs now in the world, as you probably all know. But she's such an interesting spirit, Pixie Colman Smith. I adore her, and often she comes into readings with me. She's very playful. She had a thing called synesthesia, which is where you get a blending of the senses. So she would paint and hear things, I think music, and also in her paintings, like she had exhibitions in New York. She was connected with the UK, with the US, with Jamaica. She used to travel with theatre, but she exhibited her art in New York, probably other places as well. And when she was painting New York, she painted in buildings that didn't actually appear until 30 years later, but she could see them and she'd paint them. So if you don't know much about her, hang out with her because she's a good laugh. And I always think the tarot has a great sense of humor, and it's very playful, and I really feel that's a lot of her influence too. But the tarot does have a sense of humor, and sometimes it's so dry we can't always see it, but it's always there, got our back.
Yeah, for sure. Also, Bibus, if you're on a journey with the tarot, you know, if you're starting to like do tarot by yourself, or you're doing, or to start a course or something like that, or if you're just using it for meditation, one great way to start with the Rider-Waite deck is to just introduce yourself to Pixie herself, or, you know, read up on her, have a little picture of her somewhere. Oh my God, so many noises just came through. It's Pixie all over. You know, have a little picture of her somewhere, and just honor her, because she was forgotten for so long. She was given no real credit. It is known as the Rider-Waite deck, but it really is the Rider-Waite. It really is the Colman deck, the Colman Smith deck. So, you know, as always with all the misogyny that goes around, she just didn't get the credit, and like this tarot is so good because of all her psychic excellence and, you know, all the things that she put into it. It only works so timelessly because of the illustrations. There's nothing else about it that's timeless. Many different tarot decks out there were at the time, you know, including our favorite, the Crowley deck, and, you know, all those decks, you know, all different versions. But hers has stood the test of time because she's such a visionary, and she just didn't get the credit for it. So if you want to give yourself like a little helper spirit, you know, give yourself the opportunity to be an excellent reader, always approach the tarot for the first time by introducing yourself to Pixie and reading up on her, I would say. Give her a little something, tell her you love her because she is scrumptious. We're just... Oh my gosh. Patriarchy, hatred of the patriarchy. We had a little incident in the live a couple of days ago where I cursed all men. I'm not going to take back the curse. I've never cursed anyone in my life, but I cursed bad men because there was a trigger. Someone was having a really bad situation, and the man kind of like abandoned a pregnant woman. And I was like, curse on all men who do that. Hashtag not all men. It's not a man hate channel, but a lot of the problems we deal with do stem from patriarchy, in my opinion. Present company accepted, because Manuel is scrumptious, and all my boo-boos here are scrumptious, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So what are you doing for your birthday?
I'm probably going to spend the day making music. So I'm writing an album at the moment and I'm producing it myself. So I'll go out in the morning with the family and the dog and spend a bit of time outside. I love doing that, going for a walk somewhere in nature. And then I just want to spend the whole day just immersed writing music. So that's my biggest passion, and it just feels a real luxury to do that, but also feels very me to do that. So that's where I'm happiest.
Yeah, your music is beautiful. I'm sure when it's out, like all the boo-boos will take an interest in it, because it is very esoterically informed as well, isn't it?
Thank you. Yeah, well, had a very interesting thing the other day. So I work a lot with places, so I'm very sensitive to places, and I'm working with music from the west of Ireland, which is where I lived for quite a while. I heard music coming from the land and goddess stuff and wild stuff, you know, and the she and all of that crowd have got stuff, you know, to say, and ancestors. But when I was working on that recently, another thing came through, and this was at the time of the supermoon in Pisces. So, you know, the moon is very, very close to the earth. It's a supermoon, so it's pulling up all this stuff. Pisces, you know, hitting a double Pisces. So it was just like, wow, you know, this kind of tune started coming through the song I was working on, and it was very different, and it felt like I was kind of listening to it through the moon. It felt like it was like very dreamy. I was trying to kind of search for this song through piano, and this is from a place that I've never been to. So this is the first time I'm getting a place working with me before I've actually been there. So I'm very excited about this. This is a place in Yorkshire, which is in the north of England, and it's a place called Revo, which is a Revo Abbey, which has a lot of connection with water because it was Cistercian monks. So different types of monks, but Cistercians particularly had a thing for water. So that's all, you know, so we'll see where that goes, but it's really been fun and interesting to do. Oh, we're hearing, finding out about Irish Celtic ancestors. Fantastic. You go to Cork. Oh, Cork's a beautiful place. Very friendly, lovely people there. I hope you enjoy it when you go. And we've got Canada, Sherry from Canada. Hi, Scotland. Hi, Yvonne. And,
yeah, all the boo-boos. Yeah, the music's beautiful. I'm privileged enough to know, like, to have heard some of it, and that it's just the most beautiful thing.
oh, very sweet.
But that's the Pisces creativity. You're channeling something bigger than the thing itself, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you don't know where it comes from necessarily. It's and I think that's the thing, you know, with Pisces or any water thing, to really, as with the water in us, knows so much. It knows much more than we give it credit for. It's very mysterious where it comes through. This is the thing with the Hanged Man, with Neptune. You know, there's so much nonsense about Neptune we hear when you see it written about or spoken about. It's such a powerful facilitating, like a generator of so much stuff. It's not this thing that just makes us cry and be victims. Yeah. It's like it's really got capacity. So it's finding out what direction to put that capacity in, you know, if you've got a lot of water. And you've all got water somewhere. You know, you don't have to be one of these water signs. You'll have it somewhere in your chart, whether you've got planets in it or not. Just like we've all got air, so we've all got the Gemini in us, we've all got the Aquarius, all these other signs people are speaking about here in the chat too.
Yeah. Yep. And water is also, you know, water is death, because water is transformation. It's cleansing, transformation, and that is part of death and rebirth.
And love. Death is love, isn't it?
Yeah.
Blue Angel, like that's your mantra.
Yeah.
Understanding. It's a fantastic understanding of love, isn't it?
Yeah. Death is love. Love is death, but in a good way. Only a Scorpio would say that. All right, my babies. I think we're going to move on to answering some of your questions because I don't want to miss out on anyone's question. Quick reminder, it is $13 per question. The PayPal link is in the description box below. If you want to conduct to the Spirits of the Dead, it's $33 per question. Don't forget, if possible, to include your name and the question in the PayPal, but it's not a big deal. Just stay till the end of the chat, till the end of the stream, and I will call out your name. And if you want Sara specifically to answer your question, don't forget to mention that as well, my babies. All right. So we're going to start with the questions. I think we're going to go one by one. Let me pull up some of you sent in. Okay, so we have one question here. I don't know if Andrea is in the house, but I'm just gonna see if she is. Andrea, are you in the house, baby? Because Andrea sent me her question before we started the stream, so I'm gonna give her first dibs. But I just want to make sure that she's here to enjoy it. It's not a big deal. If not, we'll just do her question and she can rewatch it. Okay, so Andrea's question is, and also Sara, would you like to take the first one? Would you want to do, would you like to be mother? So, Andrea's question is, will her current relationship progress this year? And in terms of commitment, passion, what's coming up in her current relationship? Will it grow for commitment and passion?
Okay, so you've got an interesting set of cards come up. You've got a lot of major arcanas. So I'll show you the cards first and explain them. So you've got Justice. You've got the Page of Wands. You've got the King of Coins. You've got the Chariot. You've got the High Priestess. You've got the Queen of Coins. Okay, so Justice, the truth. So the truth and the harmony, the balance of the relationship. So it's really getting to the core of things with this. There's a lot of passion. You've got the Page of Wands. There's a excitability. There's a way of looking at things fresh. So, you know, you're always keeping things fresh in the relationship, you know, trying new stuff, very active and dynamic and having fun with all of that. So the passion's there, still got the pash. And then we've got the King of Coins. So you've got the stability. So you've got the peace that comes from knowing that you can be around together, that it's not going to be moving on. You know, the King of Coins is able to chill out, enjoy life, you know, taste the lovely food, have the really rich fabrics, enjoy, you know, lovely animals outside, the land. It's very grounded, it's very chilled, loves the art, all of those things. It's lovely to show, and it's ruled by Venus, so it's lovely for love to see the King of Coins showing up. It's the top, it's the highest it can be. You've got a king there. And then we've got the Chariot, so your ability to navigate things that, you know, are going in different directions, so different dynamics. You're able in a relationship to steer that and nurture it and develop that in a relationship and give it kind of some guidance and coaching. You've got the High Priestess, so you've got mystery there, you've got the Divine Feminine. So there's a bit of don't know what, you know, added mystique that's going into the relationship. And the Queen of Coins, you know, you can take it where the relationship wants to go, what are the ambitions where it wants to go. So a lovely set of cards there. So definitely stability, development over this year, and just getting stronger and stronger with a lovely joy in it as well, and mystery, but the passion's still there too. So I really hope you enjoy your year together.
That's a great reading. Andrea, I'm so sorry she's not here, but she's going to rewatch it. I'll send her a little message to say, hi, Caroline, but Bill. But yeah, that's a great message. Let's see if I have a little bit of some from the gin. The Jenner, Andrea, the Jenners say you got the 7 of Swords. You're ahead of the game. It's almost like you're a little bit ahead of the whoever your boo-boo is. You're like, I don't know. Okay, my message is always like this. I don't know who's smarter of the two, but I feel like it's you. And just like, like just it's like make sure that you understand that you're the smarter one. You're a little bit ahead of here for some reason, but the passion definitely there. The Knight of Wands, but it's almost like you're. I don't know why. You'll know what this message means when you get it, Andrea. But you're ahead of the other person for some reason. I don't know. Better job, better look. Somebody's ahead in the deal. But the passion is good. I think they know that too. So they're like following you. And that's not a bad place to be in. You have some kind of an advantage in this connection. And maybe that's something you needed to know, that if you don't feel like you do, you actually do. And it's just who you are, or like something to do with the intellect that's a little bit ahead in this situation. So yeah, I feel like whatever, like, yeah, the passion and the commitment will follow wherever you take it, pretty much. There you go. Alaska, Arliss. Hi, Alaska. Love and respect, Caroline. Wales. Ooh, we got to from the Wales. Happy Ides of March, my babies. So my babies, if you just joined the chat, it is $13 per question. We're taking PayPal questions with our special guest, Sara Mccarthy, who is my tarot reader. So if you want to come to the source, so this is your chance to ask her a question, stay in the live. We're going to finish in about 45 minutes. So there's limited space for that. But if you want to ask us a question, this is still your chance to do it. If you want to ask a question of the spirit world, it's $33. All the information is in the description box below. Also, make sure you tell me your question in the PayPal link, in your PayPal payment, or stick till the end just to make sure that I can call out your name and ask you the question. If you want to tip Julius Caesar, who had a bad day today, I'm going to give him a little tip. You can do it in the super chat. He had a bad day, very hard day at work. It did not go according to plan. I don't know why I've always been so connected to the, maybe I was there. I just always so connected to the Ides. It's also such a Shakespearean meme, right? Like, beware the Ides of March. I just love that whole meme. Oh my God, I just love the whole meme. All right, so Manuel, I'm going to do your aunt question because that's something we did before with the necromanteon. I'm going to take a necromantic question, and then Sara will take your other question, Bibu. Manuel, are you still with us, Bibu? Are you still with us, Manuel? Manuel is such a beautiful soul. He's also a very magical Bibu, connected to the Arthurian legends and all the legends, probably, really.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's awesome. All the Bibus are awesome. Let me know how everyone's doing. Did you have a hard day because it's the Ides of March? Who had a hard day because it's the Ides of March?
Or who had a great day because it's the Ides of March?
Yeah, it depends on, which side of the Senate you're sitting on. But it's kind of like, or maybe, does anybody want to tell me a time when you went and got like a reading, or like went to see a reader or a psychic, whatever, and somebody gave you some advice and you were like, nah, I don't think that's true, and then it turned out to be true? Because that's kind of what happened to Julius Caesar. Manuel, all right, awesome. Let's do this. I'm gonna do your Elizabeth, my baby. Got a bit weird.
Oh, intriguing, Elizabeth.
Yeah, Elizabeth. Well, I hope it was like weird in a good way, not because of who, but Bill. Hope it was weird in a good way. Elizabeth is a scrumptious baby as well.
Oh.
All right, baby. So yeah, super scrumptious. But she, she shines so brightly. All right, Manuel, we're going to do a question about your aunt. So that was the message that came through during the necromantic oracle. Let's do Manuel. Did your aunt receive your forgiveness? I'm going to put Julius Caesar back in the deck. Let me just see if I can connect to that. Yes, there was a big breakthrough. If you've been doing that, you've been communicating with her. There was a major breakthrough here. Um, Four of Cups. I think it was difficult for her to accept it as well. I think there's something here about like her feeling like she didn't deserve to accept it, or with that Four of Cups, or she felt like. Mm, I think that came through last time. There was a feeling even she doesn't even need that so much. Like she just wants you to know something. She found it really difficult to accept that. But then next to it, you have the Six of Cups, which is forgiveness of the this one, forgiveness of the past, love, unconditional love, and also going back to that childhood situation, childhood, or further back into the past, wounds from the past. And they're cups. So, from this empty cup, from the sadness, you go to these beautiful cups of love and innocence. I think it really was extremely healing. And then the King of Cups himself again. So that's, coming up again. So, water, feelings, the heart, and love. I think she really felt the love, and I think it was a major breakthrough. You have the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and interestingly, the Tower crowning the reading. So I think the message has been received loud and clear. I think this is about breaking generational curses, Manuel. Like literally, this is like about toppling something that was constructed that had to fall. And love did that, love and forgiveness. There's also a message here about how painful it was. There's something so painful for her. That's what was keeping her kind of like from also accepting passing over was so difficult without the forgiveness. I think she has done a lot of other work, and then accepting that forgiveness was the key. Now it's so much easier to go to a better place. Let me see what messages are coming more specifically. What does she want to say? The Tower is like, it is toppling something. Something needed to be toppled. Something needed to come down to the ground. And it is about like, it's like not curses, you know what I mean? Generational curses, things that were ingrained, things that like repeating patterns that had to be stopped completely. And that's the message that's coming through. Let's see. She has definitely received your forgiveness. And I think she has struggled with understanding that she is able to. There's a specific message from your aunt, and that's, yes, she has received the forgiveness, but there's something about you too. I don't know, what's going on right now for you, Manuel, but she's kind of saying, don't delay the things that you know you need to do. This is just in your personal life. You're delaying something. You already know what you need to do because you're a magical boo. You got the you got the Seven of Chalices here, and you have the Hanged Man. You already know what you need to do, and it's that intuitive Pisces energy coming through as well. That psychic Pisces energy. It's about choosing love. And she accepts your love and forgiveness, but this is about choosing love for yourself. This is about your journey, into romantic love or some love. There's a choice that you need to make that you've been delaying, and it's about choosing love again or choosing someone specifically. And if it's not a specific person, it's about choosing to put yourself out there to find a counterpart again. It's very clear. She can see you're delaying something. She just wants to tell you that. Because she wants to help. You've helped her, and she wants to help you. How's that resonating for you, Manuel, my baby? She's just giving you one final message. Let me see where she's going now. Yeah, she can pass over now, and she can rest easier. The Chariot. Now she's on her way. And there's a dignity to this as well. Something was done with dignity and love and compassion. She's leaving you with one final message, Bill. Choose love for yourself, and choose, like, there's a romantic love that's waiting for you to happen. Maybe you've been delaying it. Yes? Good. The Chariot, she's, this is the magic taking her over to the other side. It's a very magical message. Also, the tower is always magic, you know. There's like you did a magic here. You did, you know, put some of your magic into this. That's your strength. In that Merlin archetype too, that comes up for you. You have that tower magic. All right, my Bill. Let's see. If you have any follow-up questions, Manuel, let me know in the chat now. I'll take a look at it for you. Always happy to help, my Bill. We had some amazing necromantic readings. That was the first time, you know, a couple of days ago, that was the first time I did like a public live one. It was really awesome. We invited the Jinn. Everyone came through. All right, let me, oh, you did the fire magic. That's the tower. Yeah, very awesome. You got a lot of magic with Bill. It worked. It's all working. Let's see. Let me just log into PayPal, see who's next, and see how many slots we got left. That's beautiful.
So Sherry's got some students behind us. So hello, students behind Sherry. Interest in tarot. It's great.
Oh, Sherry, hi, boo-boos.
And we've got Sherry's also saying that you told her, Blue Angel, about a tricky day today, so it was helpful that she knew in advance. And Elizabeth's got a question about working with two people at once.
Elizabeth, working with two people, do you mean, oh. I mean, sorry, you can answer that question. I would say that's BS. The only thing I always tell people that isn't BS is, don't freaking ask the same question 5 times of 5 different tarot readers. You're going to get a different answer every time, and it's going to make you crazy, and the tarot doesn't like it. Not because we care, but because it's going to make you crazy, and tarot will make fun of you. We were just saying tarot has a sense of humor. The oracle doesn't like to be trifled with. If you come and test it, it's going to give you a bullshit answer. But Elizabeth, I would say if anyone who's telling you not to work with somebody else while they're working with you, sounds like a little bit of a cult to me. I don't know. It just doesn't seem, unless it's like something, one thing against the other. But I don't know. Sarah, what do you think? She's working with different types of people.
I think, you know, Elizabeth, it's your work to do, however you want to do it and with whoever. But if the person in LA you're working with is uncomfortable with it, that's obviously going to affect your relationship with her and what you're going to learn from her. So I think you should really follow and do what you want. But it might mean that working with your friend in LA might be different if you work with more than one person because of how your friend feels about it. But I think it's great to learn from different people and practices. And, you know, nobody's only ever going to work with one person. You know, there's so much to learn, and people have a different way of communicating things, you know. So another person you work with may have a different area that they focus on, you know, they've got a different expression of it. You can learn in a different way. I mean, I just think we should encourage people to learn however is right for people, and however broadly that people want to. I think that's a great thing to encourage. So I wish you well, Elizabeth, deciding how you want to handle that, but you'll be able to do it well.
Yeah, it depends on the relationship you have with her, right? But I shouldn't be angry with you. We're just exploring. I think it's always good to explore and to, you know, always, you never know when a message needs to find you from someone. Even with people you don't like their practices, because then you know what you don't like. Part of my biggest part of my journey is that I know so many, you know, I had some bad tarot readings and some bad experiences with esoteric, terrible experiences with the New Age community. So I know it really informed my practice in terms of what not to do sometimes. So that's often important too. Okay, well, we got a specific message from Manuel, my favorite Bill Manuel. And this is for Sara. Manuel wants to know if you have any messages for him.
If I do?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. And yeah, and I think as well, Manuel, I'd like to see with the Templar Tarot too, because stuff comes through that very fast. So see that take on it as well. Let's have a bit of a look.
Yeah, Sherry, for sure. And and it's not, I'm not here to call it, like, everyone has a different style. Um, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, some people are just like obvious money makers, like it's so obvious. But then, we also have to make some money ourselves. It's always so difficult finding that balance, between making money and actually helping people. But I know some people who aren't about the money; they're just about the power, and that's even worse. Because it's going to be bad advice. They're not coming from a place of purity. They're not there to help you. They make it about themselves. It's like a pet, like, and there's readers out there who will project a lot of their own issues onto you where you're reading. That's what happened. It's that reader, and I don't mean anyone specific at all, but this is my pet peeve, is that reader who always, whenever you go to them or you see them online, they're like, someone's cheating. Like every time, someone's cheating, and it's always like cheating or third party, the drama of it. Like that's not, it can't be every reading good news. People have busy lives. I'm going to read the same thing over and over again. But
Some
it's
people are
something that
peaceful, aren't they? Have loving
yeah.
relationships that are chilled.
Mm-hmm.
So Manuel,
Yeah.
first of all, we've got Pixie helping us with the Rider-Waite-Smith. So you've got the Ten of Wands, you got the Sun, that's your beach time, you got the Ace of Coins, and you got the King of Wands. So first of all, there is a lot on your plate. There's a lot you've been dealing with. It's felt almost like you can't carry on, but you can, because look, you're strong, you can do all that, but it's not been much fun. And it's really time now to branch out, take all your clothes off, have a good
Mm-hmm.
time, enjoy yourself, relax, chill, be yourself, and get out there. And then you've got a fresh start coming that's very solid, that's very practical, that could be good financially. You're really going to feel grounded, whether you're on that beach by you or not. And King of Wands, you could be off traveling. You're excitable. You'd love to just branch out. You could be like petrol, like wildfire going off, either in that lover's card, that you might be pursuing, but you're pretty hot right now and on the move. So look out, world, because Manuel's coming. And then also I've looked at the Knights Templar Tarot, and I just love these cards. So we've got the Page of Wands, we've got the Three of Swords, we've got Death. It's all the Scorpio stuff going on here, and we've got the Five of Swords. So this one with the Page of Swords, so that's you ready to embark on your journey. So you're just about to get ready. So that Knight of Wands that we saw, who's off somewhere, you're preparing yourself. This is a journey you're going on, probably a very interesting journey that bring you into stuff. Look how poised you are there before you set sail on that ship with important business to undertake, whether that's love, business, or other things. You got the Three of Swords. So I think that's this stuff you've been carrying, that Ten of Wands that you had, that's been heavy, that's been a lot, that's been taking out fun. That is all now in the hands of Death. So look at this Death card. It's scary. It's like a waif. It's like something out of Tolkien. It's like, woo, but look, it's so fantastic. It just comes and just takes stuff away and takes you to the other side. So you go through all of this, and what's great, we've got the Five of Swords. So particularly in this pack, this is like you've done the work, the battle's won. Now it's just about getting your strength back, which I think is where you need a bit of sunshine, you need a bit of vitamin D, you need a bit of joy, you need a bit of vitality. So that looks great for you, Manuel. So I wish you all the best with that, and have a lot of fun, and send us a postcard wherever you get to.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Manuel's up. Yeah. You're like on a whole other journey. Let us know how it goes. Because something is calling you. I think a lot of things are calling you now. Yeah.
And that Ten of Wands, Manuel, has just disappeared. Your burdens are just flowing off on the floor.
Oh, Bill, like the emperor today. Sherry says, "Do you like it when I say I give advice? I'm just a random woman with an alien in my bedroom." It's true though. Always know that about everything. We're all dust, and we go back to dust. In the end, we're all the same. We go in the same box. But nobody has a monopoly on truth, and it is all about free will. Oh, Manuel, Atlantis, yes. Yeah, we got that connection there. That's where we're going, for sure. I saw someone here. We got oh, Arliss, this is your first, you're just starting your journey with the tarot. Oh, that's awesome. Watching this first. Good. Good, good, good. Welcome to the tarot. It's a good
I'm
place to
excited
be.
for you. I'm excited for you,
Yeah.
Arliss. It's so amazing. It never stops giving when you start looking at tarot. You can throw anything at tarot and it will send something back. You can throw any bit of life into these cards and it will tell you. It's just amazing. Have great fun learning about it and developing it.
It will take you back to Atlantis. How many Atlantis boo-boos in the house? Sorry, you were going to say something.
I was just saying, thanks, Manuel. I hope that was helpful for you.
Oh, that's so sweet. This is great. This is like the gang together.
Your boo-boos here, amazing.
Yeah. Some people get really triggered by the boo-boo thing, but we don't care here. Carla, my baby, she's so scrumptious. People get triggered by everything. So this is the other thing, baby. People get triggered by everything. Just live your life. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, when I didn't say bimbo, people thought I was, like I've heard it all from like bimbo, stupid, too nice, too intimidating, you just can't win, especially if you're in a feminine energy. Just whatever, just do whatever. Doesn't you change every day? Who cares? That's the Gemini in me speaking.
Just chill. Honeycups.
Yeah.
Fix it in the house.
Yeah, just whatever. Have a glass of peace out. Love potion or something. Poison. If someone's in your way, no, I'm just kidding. Obviously, don't poison anyone. Negative Nancy, love that handle.
Love name, yeah.
You triggered on I would just advise if you're going to. No, I'm not going to say it because this is YouTube. Oh, and this is exactly why I've decided. I know I've been talking about this over and over again, and I'm so kind of undecided about it. I am going to get an OnlyFans boost because there's so many things I want to say as jokes. They're so like they're not inappropriate jokes, but it's just the YouTube listens, the AI is my YouTube overlords. I love YouTube. YouTube is always right. Thank you, but they do listen, and there's some things you can't say. Whatever. I was gonna make a joke, but I can't make that joke because it's too dark. But I'm gonna make it in the OnlyFans streams when we start doing OnlyFans. We're gonna do little message. We're gonna do more racy messages, both like in the sexy way, but also just so I can say some basic words. Like you can't say dead or death sometimes, even though for tarot it's so important because we have the death card and stuff. The AI looks upon it not favorably. Yeah, static delta. We need that Scorpio flavor, the dark humor. This is so I would say that this is like the Barbie layer of the Scorpion internet because it is. All right, so I'm gonna take one for Elizabeth. And also a quick reminder, my bibbies, we are going to finish the stream in about 20 minutes. So this is going to be last dibs. If you want to ask your question, I would do it in the next 5 minutes or so. There's maybe 1 or 2 spots left for a question. If possible, include your name in the PayPal. I'm taking PayPal questions. Include your name in the question if possible, and specifically if you would like Sara to answer it for you, include that as well. If not, stay until the end of the stream. We're going to be streaming for another 20 minutes. And I will call out your name. We're taking $13 questions. This is for general tarot questions and also necromancy. If you want to wish to speak to the spirits of the dead, it is $33 per question. If you want to tip us, that is in the super chat. All right, we're tip Julius Caesar because he had a bad day today. He was assassinated. Also assassinated, not a word you're supposed to be saying. Them hot stingers, aesthetic delta, yeah. So yeah, Julius Caesar had a bad day. If you want to give him a little tip, do that in the super chat, people. I'm ever so grateful. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, like this video, all of that stuff. All right, share it. And if you don't, Julius Caesar will come to you tonight, and he's going to rearrange your furniture. No, he won't. He will just sit there. All right, he won't. He'll come to me. He's gonna haunt me tonight for sure. All right, so Elizabeth, I got your question, baby. Okay, good for you. Been pulling your energy back. Good for you. The profile picture. That old chestnut. Oh. So does you know who judged you for that or no? Okay, let's see. First of all, let's see if he judges you. Yeah, on the day of the Ides of March. Yeah, aesthetic delta, exactly. So it's also, specific energy, but if you want to ask a question on the Ides of March, you are asking a question of all the oracles who ever lived, because Caesar did not heed the advice of the oracle and he got stabbed. So just saying. Not saying anyone's going to get stabbed, but if you don't want to get stabbed in ancient Rome, you probably want to listen to the prophet. All right, let's see. Is he judging? Yeah, he's not judging, but you know what? He's kind of like judging himself. Let me pull one more card. It's so interesting. We've got Justice, the Magician. Okay, yeah, he's judging, but it's more like he's kind of. I think he's feeling like it's fair enough on him that this is how how you were feeling about it. That you did change the picture. I think he's judging the whole situation itself. The Devil and the Magician. Look, I mean, he's just being himself as always. He's being sneaky about things. I think he, as always with him, I feel like he felt like a rush of adrenaline, and I think he likes that you're still in your fields. That's what he loves. No, it's not. No, Elizabeth, it's not dangerous. It's like good. That's the point. But you got to heed the advice. See, good thing you asked, so now I can tell you to delete from database. You got to heed my advice now. It's good to ask today, but you might want to follow whatever advice comes through. And anyway, I wouldn't worry about it. It's just superstition. I'm a magical boo-boo, esoteric boo-boo, but I'm not superstitious like that. It's all good. You might want to ask, today if you want to vibe with Julius Caesar, might want to ask him for like some wisdom or protection from him. He is about more than ever because it is his, big day, let's say, and it's how he's remembered. So that's his meme, basically, his little esoteric meme. So if you want to vibe with him, you might want to invite him into your space and ask him for some guidance. He's going to show you how to, be more forceful in your dealings with people, be more successful, get that bag, get the job, whatever. Because he's going to he takes what he wants. So he might help you to be more like Caesar, more like an emperor today. Or he might give you some good advice because he didn't take the good advice. So he's all about giving people good advice today. Ask him for a sign. He might come to you with Bill. Yeah, it felt too dramatic. Yeah, I get it. I think he's judging in a way that like he gets this is his karma that he has accrued, like douche flute, but he's also really happy that you're still in your fields. Like he appreciates that. Oh, Scorpio Love, thank you for the tip for Julius Caesar. If you want to speak to him tonight, maybe he'll come through to you. Oh, you're doing super chat. Scorpio Love, we're doing PayPal questions only, but I'm going to take this as an exception, just this one time because it is the Ides of March. But Bibbiz, if you want your question answered, please submit it to the PayPal only. And if you want to tip us, it is through the super chats. But Scorpio Love, I'm going to take that question because I know you, I've seen you, you're scrumptious. We're going to take it, but just remember PayPal only. Yeah, so Elizabeth, he got like he likes that you still care, basically, even if it's negative. Any attention is good. It means the feels are still there. Let's see about the texting. Good that you didn't reply. Let's see his feelings now. How did it feel about you not replying? He feels like you're going to reply eventually because that's what he's used to. Don't reply. I wouldn't reply. I just leave it like that. Let's see. What about his general feelings? 2 of Cups. He thinks you're going to come around because you always do in his mind. No. Let's see. What about his feelings now? He doesn't. I think the longer you don't respond, he's waiting for you to reply. See, Queen of Pentacles. He's waiting. He's being patient. He's waiting for you to reply. But his heart is like low key. He's a little scarred that it's taking too long now. We usually reply faster, and now the High Priestess next to the 3 of Swords. So I think if you don't respond, or like if you at least don't respond for a week, Bill, because that's going to hurt him. That's going to really like get to him. I think he's, yeah, but he's a narcissist. He thinks it's about him, though, doesn't he? He always thinks, he makes everything about him. Let's see. Justice. His next action is justice. If you don't speak to him, he's going to try and do the right thing. He's going to come around. If he texted you, if you can, but Bill, my advice today on the Ides of March is to leave his ass where it is and see when he comes through. Might take 11 days, but he's gonna be doing the right, trying to do the right thing. What else is there? Yeah, Three of Pentacles. He's gonna try and work it out, but for now, I think he's feeling uneasy because it's a different dynamic. But I think he thinks it's about him. Let me pull one more card on that. Yeah, he thinks it's about him, but he can't be sure, and he knows that too. He think maybe it's about another person. See, this is the thing. He doesn't like that. He. It's the same energy, but Bill. He wants to know you're still in the fields, and he wants to be able to say no, or like be difficult about it. Please heed this, Elizabeth. I'm telling you, if ever there was a day and an energy to F around with his mind, give it 7 days at least. Please do it for me. Do it for Caesar. Oh my God. Yeah. Please, let's do this on the Ides. Give him the Ides of March treatment. He deserves it. That's his Ides of March today. Douche flute. All right. Let's do the next one. Boo-boos, okay, so you know what? Let's just do, oops. Oops. Let's see. Hold on a second, babies. Okay, so let's do Scorpio Love's question. Sara, if you want to take that question, it's in the super chat. Scorpio Love is saying, will I get married and love you?
You get remarried.
Yeah. Will Scorpio Love get remarried?
Go. Oh, lovely card. So we've got the Emperor. We've got the Four of Coins. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Seven of Coins. We've got the Six of Cups. We've got the King of Cups. Okay, so the Emperor here, so perhaps this is Caesar showing up the Ides of March kind of stuff. So this is about taking charge of things and going for what you want, really being direct. You know the whole battle of love, you know all the war, you know the campaign, you know exactly what's involved with all of that. You're very experienced. And it's about what your ambitions are. So what do you want to do? Do you want to get remarried? You know, is that something that you want? This is about what you want, what your focus is, what your ambition is, where you want to get to. And so you're deciding that, first of all. And then you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Then life is there helping you. This is Jupiter. This is expanding things. This is circumstances arranging themselves around you to help what it is line up with whatever you set as your ambition. Because remember, you're in charge of setting it. You know, you're not just waiting for life to kind of plop in. You're determining it. You're saying what you want. And you're smart looking at what's gone before, looking at what you've done already, looking at what you've learned in love over the years, you know, all these years, you know, how did you make stuff grow? What did you drop off? What works for you? You know, it's about understanding what's been good and what you can grow and develop. And then we've got something to do with your past, perhaps it's a place you used to be, or from earlier back, perhaps it's a childhood sweetheart, perhaps it's something you were connected with, but it's just beautiful. You know, there's an innocence around it. There's a pleasure, might be age differences, you know, with somebody you get involved in, but it's such a lovely card. And I love seeing this card. It's a 6, you know, it's about your solar plexus. It's about you shining. It's about the love being there. I mean, 6 is like the height of things in the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's the best you can get. So you've got the 6 of Cups. That's beautiful. And then who have we got showing up again, you know, on this Pisces day? We've got the King of Cups himself. So love itself, romance itself. So I think it's very possible for you to get remarried, but it's about if you want to and what you want to go for. But if you do want to go for that, it's absolutely available to you, and such a beautiful love is available should you want it. So I hope that helps answer your question.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Invite us to the wedding, though, Bill. If you don't invite us to the wedding, Julius Caesar will come. Okay, I'm obsessed with Julius Caesar. All right, awesome. Thank you for that. Negative Nancy, you don't understand the symbols. What do you mean? Tell me, what do you mean by that, Bill? I'm going to take one more question. If somebody wants a last minute super fast question, do it now. But Bill, last chance, last dibs. PayPal questions only. PayPal link in the description box below. Pricing is in the description box below. And then we're going to close. We're going to do a little close. And don't forget to follow Sara. Her information, her Instagram is in the description box below. You can DM her if you want to get a reading with her. She also does private readings. And Scorpio love, we're invited. Thank you. That's so generous. Yeah, don't forget to follow Sara. And if you want to get a reading with her, DM her on Instagram, find out what she offers. She does a lot of different things. She can also help you work on mantras. She helps me with that kind of stuff. You know, all the things that I do, she has helped me with in some way. So Blue Angel approved all the way, particularly if you want to empower yourself. If you have career questions, questions pertaining to your ambitions and professional outlook, you cannot go wrong. And also spirituality, and of course love and douche flutes, because that's universal. But yeah, thank you, Scorpio love. All right, so last dibs. If anyone has a question, do it now or stay silent until next time. And we're gonna do Jonea, my baby. This is my baby. Let's do this update on Freddie. Let's see what Freddie's up to. Scorpio love, I really appreciate you. I know you from the comments and stuff. Like, Bibu, thank you. Thank you to all the Bibus who came here today. Thank you for vibing with us. Thank you for thank you for your love. And always remember, there's always another one. If you're dealing with people who are trash, there's always more. There's always more. What about Freddie? He wants to work it out. He's going to keep pursuing it now, interestingly enough. He's made up his mind that he wants to work it out. He sees you as the hermit. He thinks you're quite happy how you are without him. Jonea, are you in the house, my baby? Are you still with us? If not, it's okay. You can just rewatch it later. Negative, your ass is universal. Yeah, of course it's universal. The universal language. Yeah, I don't know if Jonea is with us, but my scrumptious little bit, let me tell you this. He thinks you're kind of isolating yourself from him, not giving him a lot, and that you're actually quite happy without him. There's a distance between you. He's not sure how much he can persuade you to change the situation right now. You got the 7 of Pentacles. He doesn't want to work it out. That's what he wants. He's trying to figure it out, how to do it. He's not getting a lot from you. He feels like he's not getting a lot from you. Yeah, you spoke briefly. I think he felt, if you spoke briefly, I think he felt you were really standoffish. Manuel, thank you, Bill. He thinks you're super standoffish. He doesn't like it. He's trying to figure it out. I think he thinks he has some kind of an ace up his sleeve. His intentions, he's got a lot going on here. 10 of Wands. Let me just see something here with this Freddie. Oops. Okay, let's take it. Yeah. Okay. More defensiveness. One more. He wants to clear the air and he wants to move forward, but he knows it's difficult. It's like he's preparing himself for a difficult journey with you here. And the Queen of Swords, he just wants he wants that longer, difficult conversation. He knows it's not going to be easy. On the one hand, I think he's trying to bring in, take things. He's trying to take ownership of what's happening. But I would just say secretly, there's like a little secret message from the angels saying, make sure he's not bringing you his problems into your life again, that he's not burdening you with his trash. He might have a tendency to do that. In his mind, he's doing the right thing, trying to take responsibility. But what he might actually end up doing is just bringing you all the same burdens again, Then the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles is what to expect from him. I think he's going to pursue this and try and have something real here. I think he's coming back for something real. He's hoping for forgiveness. He's hoping that you're going to love him. That forgiving kind of mother love energy here as well. That's what he's hoping for, and he's giving it to you as well. He wants to give you stability. How much stability he has to offer, I don't know, my baby. And you always have, loads of different options. You got the devil at the bottom of the deck, so he's just not letting it go. He hasn't let it go. He can't let it. Ooh, and the emperor beneath it. Julius Caesar. Okay, let's see if Julius Caesar has a little advice for you. Julius Caesar literally came through. He's like, Freddie's not letting it go, but it's like, how competent is he? Like, he's giving you the emperor, so he's giving you that, that stability and that love. But how much does he have to give, basically? Does he have more? Is he bringing more abundance or more problems? Julius Caesar said, I know this sounds funny, but like legit, like Julius Caesar says, do what fulfills you. Think of number one first. Serve yourself first. If he's serving, slotting into your life in a way that is fulfilling and scrumptious, yes. If not, whatever. He can keep trying and striving. I think he's going to keep trying and striving, though. Until he fills your cup of love and all your other cups, he can keep striving. Keep him guessing. I think it's good for him. Good job, Bill. See? Of course, you heard from him. I think I think a lot of this is about realizing that you are scrumptious and that you are the empress as well, to him. But, it's like, what's the capacity? That's the question. All right, my boo-boos. And finally, Julius Caesar spoke. Sherry Martin, you love the chat today. The learning and teaching of the tarot. Aw, yeah, hit me up whenever you need it, Bill. Whenever you need it. Or Sara, her Instagram is in the description box below. Her Instagram, you can DM her, get in touch with her, follow her, send her some love. And I think that's going to be it today, because I have to go, unfortunately, because I got Ides of March to do. But it's been really great. Thank you for joining us today, Sara. That was really awesome that we could share this together, and that you did some reads for us as well. Do you have any final advice for my boo-boos in terms of, getting tarot readings, or, I don't know, spirituality, anything you want to say that you think will help people today?
So we've got temperance here. So this is about bringing everything together, but having fun, just really find a way that you can feel on fire and enjoy yourself, because that will guide you through everything. You won't go wrong with that, and you can balance everything out with that too. So and enjoy the Ides of March, enjoy all of March, enjoy all your water everywhere. And I'm really so lovely to be here with you today, Blue Angel, and everybody on the chat. It's great to see you all and hear all your questions and what's going on for you. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of March.
Awesome. And do you want to tell us real quick, just to make sure I got it right? So Bibis can find you on Instagram for a reading. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram as Sara _McCarthy _music on Instagram, and that's probably the easiest way. And you could just hang out and say hi or whatever. We have lightheartedness, but I always encourage people, if they're interested in tarot, it's great to help people learn more if you're interested, because it's so much fun. It's fun, and you get to learn about yourself. You get to learn about what's around you, who's around you. So if you want to say hi, do. And otherwise, it's been lovely to see you here today. So thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, this is great. This is so awesome. It's like introducing your high school friends to like your friends from like childhood, it's like two worlds. It's not really, because it's the same world, because we have so much in common esoterically, and you're part of the soul tribe. So it's just good to like have you in here. And also, Carla, thank you so much, my scrumptious, for the tip. I really appreciate it. I will make sure that Julius Caesar knows where it came from, if you see what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Oh my God, that Julius Caesar, he hates me now. He's like, she's obsessed with me. You know how men are. He's like, that woman who's still alive, she's obsessed with me.
When is the Ides of March over? Damn it.
Yeah. Oh, damn. But yeah, thank you, Bibi, for your love, for the tips, for asking us questions. Thank you, Divinely Guided. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, Elizabeth, just make sure. I'll email you later anyway, because we got stuff to talk about. But yeah, just, Ides of March, heed the advice. That's all I'm going to say. All right, my babies, take care of yourselves. Stay scrumptious, stay gorgeous, stay moisturized, and may the angels protect you. Bye-bye, everyone.